Push It Forward is the theme of today's show. We'll get to the quarterbacks for BYU football in just a moment. We are live in Studio B with your day-to-day BYU sports play-by-play alongside Jarom Jordan. I am Spencer Linton. We were just talking about the 2020 schedule and comparing it to the 2019 BYU football schedule. Which do you think is ultimately going to be harder? Could the 2020 schedule with all those big names possibly be a little bit easier than what BYU faced in 2019?
There's a lot of quantity to get there as well. That's interesting. Like if Stanford's better, if Michigan State's better, if Arizona State continues to improve, they were 8-5. What if they're like a 10-win version? Yeah, it could be really hard. Utah is a big question mark as well, but we'll break this down the entire offseason.
Yeah, because Utah on paper shouldn't be nearly as good as they were in 2019.
No, I don't think going into the championship week that they're going to be the first team out. I do not. With Zach Moss and Tyler Huntley and 10 starters gone.
You don't think they'll be number 5 in the college football playoff poll going into the final week?
I'm pretty sure that was their 1996 right there.
Holy cow.
97 is an 8 or 9 win season.
That said, it ended with thud, just like BYU's season did.
Well, it was fantastic to watch. It really was. Go Oregon and hook 'em.
We are looking back to push it forward. Today's topic, the BYU quarterbacks.
Yeah, we're going to do this once a week for the next forever.
Every position group?
Every position group. So we start with quarterback, right? Because it's the number one position in football. So 2019.
Holy cow.
BYU started 3 guys. All 3 won a game as a starter. Jarrin Hall didn't finish either of his starts. Baylor Romney did and had the best win all year.
Against Boise State.
Against Boise State. You could argue USC with Zach Wilson, Tennessee, But, yeah, it was a wild year for the quarterbacks. It was crazy.
Another season where BYU starts at least 3 different quarterbacks. But as you said, all 3 of the starting quarterbacks are credited with at least 1 win.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
And it would have been 2 had BYU defeated South Florida with Jarrin Hall. Would have been each guy had 2.
That's true.
And BYU had 4 on the roster with wins. BYU was one of only 3 teams nationally to say that. Joe Critchlow had wins previously.
So as we look back to push forward, what needs to change for the BYU quarterbacks for the Cougars to take that next proverbial step forward?
It all starts in, not necessarily ends, but maybe with Zach Wilson. So Zach Wilson played the tough competition. Tanner Mangum had to do it in 2018, and then Zach came in against the easier teams, and now Zach Wilson had to do it with 4 Power 5s in a row. Zach's stats weren't as good because he played the tougher teams. In fact, let's break that down a little bit. Both Jarrin Hall and Baylor Romney in limited action had a 150-plus pass efficiency rating. Zach was 130 against tougher competition. And Zach played 6 teams that won at least 8 games.
Woo!
That's a lot. I've said before, to me, the minimum threshold for a good team in college football is 8 wins, regardless of how many games you play. Got to get to 8. Typically, that's 12 or 13, right? Sometimes it's 14. Let's break down his performance in those 6 games. So the 4 Power 5s to start the season, Utah and Tennessee and USC and Washington.
2-2.
And then at the end, San Diego State and Hawaii both end up with 10 wins. So 61% passing, good enough. 265 pass yards a game, good enough.
Okay.
6.9 yards per attempt. You want that a little higher, in the 7s, hanging around 8.
Sure.
But the next thing I'm going to tell you is the shocker, which brings us to the stat of the day.
It's the BYU Sports Nation stat of the day.
In Wilson's 6 starts versus teams who won 8+ games, so these are the good teams, he had a total of 6 touchdowns, 3 pass, 3 rush, and 9 turnovers.
Oh, man.
7 picks and 2 fumbles lost. One notably at the goal line that probably is a touchdown if they have a cart cam, but in the end, it is a fumble.
Well, not only that, Jarrin, but they were devastating turnovers. How many of those were returned for touchdowns?
Toledo is nearly returned for a touchdown, right? Washington, there were a few. Utah, there was 1, right? So that's tough. I believe that Zach Wilson can be a quarterback that leads BYU to 9 or 10 wins. I really do. I would love to see him turn a page. He took a step backwards this year.
And how much of that was related to injury concerns and recovering from shoulder surgery?
Let's talk about it. So in the first 4, Zach Wilson is going up against tough competition. He gets hurt against Toledo, breaks the thumb. He returns later against Idaho State. Kind of struggled. Didn't have a great game against Idaho State. And then blows out UMass. Like you could have had 3 touchdown passes against UMass. And then had Zach Wilson stayed in the game, he would have had 10. Like it would have been
He would have
crazy.
broken a record at BYU.
Yeah. but we have isolated the games against the good competition, right? Then he plays San Diego State. Tremendous defense. We talked about it, but only 3 points. Not enough. BYU failed inside 40 too often, missed some field goals, of course. And then Hawaii, 34 points should be enough to win, but BYU needs one more score there. They really do. And 3rd and 2, that throw's got to be better, right? Zach Wilson will be the first one to tell you he didn't have a good enough 2019 season. But I believe that Zach Wilson is the future. I believe Zach Wilson will be the starter next year. I believe it should be competitive with Jarrin Hall. I believe Baylor Romney will be there as well. But Zach Wilson struggled in the toughest games. He's got to be better. And if BYU's going to play these schedules, you got to get better quarterback play out of the start.
Certainly. And just based on how the coaches handled all of the Zach Wilson injury scenarios and recovery scenarios throughout the season, that tells me that he has been given a longer leash. Like, the patience is there with him. Like, okay, well, let's let him have a full off season where he's not recovering from shoulder surgery and he's not trying to come back too soon, in my opinion, from a broken thumb.
Yes, well, that much was clear, right, against San Diego State. For some reason, it wasn't clear against UMass. It was easy. But against San Diego State, the ball did not come out of his hand the same. Hawaii, it was fine. He had 3 weeks extra, and it was okay. But he probably had to come back a little early because Jarrin Hall was hurt.
And because Baylor Romney's foot was not okay.
And we knew this, but couldn't say it. Baylor Romney re-injured his foot during the season. Otherwise, Baylor Romney could have been the starter potentially or come in against San Diego State. Baylor Romney doesn't even warm up against San Diego State. And Jarrin Hall is not back from a second concussion. So Zach Wilson, I think, was probably forced into, not forced, but chose to, you know what, I'm not 100%. I can't throw the ball the same, but I'm going to. And I'm not going to say it out loud, but that was probably the situation. And then we saw what happened against San Diego State. Good team, but the ball didn't come out the same. And he had pressure in his face all game.
Yeah, I am convinced that if Baylor Romney were 100% healthy, that Zach Wilson probably wouldn't have played a ton against UMass, and maybe he comes out full bore against San Diego State, but he had already played a full game. And
would have had 2 weeks more to rest the thumb.
Exactly. He would have had more time to rest the thumb. Baylor Romney would have started some more games.
Yes.
And then maybe Zach's a little bit stronger later in the season.
I wonder with the wrist, not the thumb, the wrist, because how strong could that have been kept over a 6 to 8 week period, right? That'd be tough as well. So that certainly changes things. Do you have anything else to talk about, Zach? Because I want to talk about Jarrin.
No, I was just going to say, I want to give you my quarterback depth chart, but you talk about Jarrin first, and then I'm going to give you my quarterback depth chart going into 2020.
Jarrin Hall is the most intriguing thing about BYU football, in my opinion, because we saw what he could do. He was against Utah State. He's probably going to do a 400-100, which hasn't been done that many times in the history of college football.
Not since Taysom Hill against Houston in 2013.
At least from BYU, right? Jarrin Hall is intriguing. Like, can this guy play against Power 5 teams and win? I'm not sure we're going to find out, barring an injury. I think that it's Zach Wilson's job. I think that Jarrin Hall is as good of a backup as BYU's had in a while. Maybe since Christian Stewart, right? And Christian Stewart was battling the depression of losing off of 4-0, right? And then that was hard. Jarrin Hall's intriguing. I think Baylor Romney, if he starts for BYU, that's 5 to 7 wins as well. Like, where the ceiling is highest with Zach Wilson, and Jarrin Hall, it's like right there, if not equal to, with Zach Wilson. But we don't know. We've only seen this dude play, 5 quarters? 5 quarters as a starter?
Yes, limited time.
3.5, 5.5 quarters.
It's a limited case study.
Yes, and what we saw against 2 winnable games was awesome.
Okay, so listen to this. BYU, in a weird way, can be like the New Orleans Saints, Jarom.
Get jobbed by the refs continually?
With their 3 quarterbacks. Oh, the jobbing by the refs is absolutely a parallel with the New Orleans Saints, okay? Zach Wilson, Drew Brees, QB1, QB1.
It's quite the comp there.
I'm not saying that Zach Wilson is Drew Brees. Just comparing the scenario. Like, the New Orleans Saints are dealing with the scenario similar to BYU with their 3 quarterbacks. Baylor Romney, to me, is like Teddy Bridgewater. Not super mobile enough, but is going to come in, get the job done. Teddy Bridgewater went 5-0 in his time replacing
Baylor
Drew Brees.
needs to wear a glove.
Okay. Baylor comes in, beats Boise State, came in against Utah State in the second half, beats Liberty. All he did was exactly what the coaches asked him to do. Reliable backup. Jarrin Hall is kind of the Taysom Hill factor. he could do a bunch of things because of his athleticism. They have special packages for Jarrin Hall. Even when Zach Wilson is healthy in the quarterback, they put Jarrin in to run different things and run double passes. BYU has a scenario like the New Orleans Saints. How's it all going to shake out?
They should waive Jarrin?
No, they should not waive Jarrin.
That's what's going to happen with
But
Teddy.
I think Jarrin Hall is in line because of his concussions and injury status to be more like a Taysom Hill, specialty quarterback. Come in and do things. Baylor Romney,
see what he could do.
Baylor Romney's more the Teddy Bridgewater. I think Baylor Romney should be the backup to Zach Wilson, and then Jarrin Hall should be the Taysom Hill type player for BYU.
Yeah, it's quite a stretch.
I mean, that's how I would approach it. Okay.
Yeah, BYU has two really good BYU has three starters.
Yes.
When could we say that? The third string, half the fan base doesn't know the third string's name most of the time, but they do. So BYU's loaded. Also, by the way, Sol-J Maiava will come in. I anticipate he would probably redshirt given that none of those three are seniors. So he can wait it.
And don't forget Jacob Conover's out there.
It's the second year of his mission.
Yes, it is.
He won't be on the team.
Yeah, he won't be on the team, but he's still out there. So it's an interesting conversation moving forward.
As 5-0 once said in An American Tale, somewhere out there. Coming up,